Welcome. Today we're going to look at the environmental variables. So the environmental variables are the global variables that can be accessed across any function or the action in the script. Because of the nature, these are the global variables you can use in any part of the script. And there are different types of variables: built-in variables, user-defined variables. Under user-defined, you have internal and external variables. Built-in variables are the variables defined by quick test. Internal variables, those are the user-defined variables. And external variables, you can also read variable in an XML file. So this is how the XML file looks like. It has the variables, the variable name, and the value that is stored. Variable name and the value that is stored. This is the other format, like how you can store data into an XML format instead of using your Excel. So we're going to look at how you are going to retrieve the values that is stored into these variables. First, let us look at the built-in variable. So I want to see what is the operating system. So you're going to say message box and then environment, say OS. So when you run it, just you are going to mention the environment and the variable name. So that is going to read the value that is stored into this built-in variable. So the current operating system is Windows XP. So this video are the built-in variable, how you can read. So all these the built-in variables, you will get the list of the built-in variables defined in QTP. So if you go to file settings, then if you go to the environment, so this is where you see this is the built-in variables. These are all the list of the built-in variables. We use the OS. You can also use the local host name, something to know what is your system name. All these like this, these are the different built-in variables. Then how you can define a user-defined variable. So I'm going to say environment dot value. Okay, environment dot value, and you're going to mention here the variable name. I'm going to say, example, the URL of my application. Now we're going to assign the value www.yahoo.com. Okay, and then how you are going to retrieve this value? Message box, and then you can retrieve the value. So this is how you can assign the value to the variable, and now you are going to retrieve the value that is stored into the variable. So I'm going to comment this particular line and let's try to execute. Okay, so now it's showing whatever the value that is stored into that variable. So this is how you can define the user environmental variables. And the next one is how to read the values from external file, like an XML file. Okay, so we're going to look at that part, how we are going to read the values that is stored in XML variables. Okay, so it's creating the results now. Alright, the next one, read values from XML. So for this you're going to say environment dot, you're going to say load from file, and now you're going to mention what is that file name. So you're going to say C demo. So we are going to read the variables from this demo XML. Okay, so we're going to say demo XML dot XML. Then you can read the values. So now we are going to mention what is that variable name, right? Say that is, so you're going to provide the agent name. So this is the variable, right? Okay. So once you read, then you're going to first you're going to load the file, and then you can read the value that is stored in this variable. So let me comment these two lines, and then let's execute the 11th and 12th lines. Okay, so it's trying to execute that script. So here basically I forgot to mention the message box before, so that's why it's saying update doesn't support. Okay, so let's put the message box in order to display the value. Okay, I put the message box and run it. Okay, it says the value that is stored into that variable is test. So basically, like even if you look at the XML file, so the variable that is stored into, the value that is stored in that variable is text. So this way you can use these values in your scripting, right? That basically that is nothing but your test data. Okay, So this is the other way, like how you can store your data in XML format, and then you can read into the script. So basically the global variables, environment variables, or the global variables you can share in any part of the script. Thank you. Thanks for watching my video. Talk to you soon. Keep watching my other videos. Thank you. Bye and have a good day.